It's still sort of all, just, hitting me. But I was actually fairly composed right up until, I persist in, and I go to sit with my family, and I see my dad is kind of cracking up a little bit. So like that I started to lose it a little bit at that moment. But and so it was, in some ways, it is a little bit like that sort of, I'm grown up now in a certain sense, leaving the nest, even though I've already done that in other ways. But it is, sort of having found my vocation like that. It was just a very moving experience. Well, going to the seminary at first was a bit hard because I've always been fairly close to my family, and so being in Boston, and being so far away, that was always tough. But one of the things that has been a real blessing going to the seminary is just being able to sort of immerse myself into the life of prayer and spirituality that a priest is called to live. And that for me was one of the real reaffirming signs that this is what the Lord is calling me to, is just that spirituality seemed like such a good fit for me. That life of prayer was really fit like a glove almost. So that was one of the most affirming things about the seminary for me. The Litany of the Saints has always been a moment that has struck me, from all the ordinations I've served, and now from my own. When the man, lies on the floor, symbolizing his death to the world, and all the saints who've been, their intercession is being asked for, especially for the man to be ordained. That's always been a very powerful moment to me. And Father White, when we were going over the rehearsal yesterday, he said, take that moment to just lie there and pray it. You've got so much going on, it's easy to get caught up, but that's a moment where you can just take it easy and pray. And he also emailed me, he said, you can choose some saints to be included in the litany if you like. I chose St. George for probably obvious reasons, and also Therese of Lisieux, who's always been close to me throughout most of my seminary journey. So it's also meaningful to have those saints which have been close to me in my own journey included in that way. I remember when Father Steve Lewis and Joe Marisi were about to be ordained deacons, I asked them, what are you looking forward to most about being a deacon? And they said, being a priest, and I'd have to say the same.